Good morning, friends. Uh, in this session, let me do what are the basic principles. What are the basic planet structures? What is the basic planet arrangements which are there in the famous people's natal chart? So let me see how they are similar and how they are different, how they are helping them to get success in their life. Let me say one by one. You see, yes, Sunder Pichai was a Pisces ascendant. The ascendant lord is there in it is the very beginning principle that ascendant lord must be in a Kendra or Trikonas. Let me check the principle. You see here, the Pisces ascendant. So ascendant lord is Jupiter. Jupiter is in Kendra and is in own house. See here, 1, 2, 3 here in a 10th house. From ascendant we calculate 1, 2, like this we calculate, means it is there in the 10th house. 10th house means it is a Kendra house, and that too Jupiter is in his own house. Sagittarius is his own house and is a Mula Trikona as well. So that is why he is very capable in his job. That 10th house indicates the job also. So in his job, in his work, he is very strong. That is the first principle. The second one, let me see what are the other planets which helping the ascendant. Let me see now. So next, you see Venus is in one house, and the Sun, being a sixth lord, is in the 4th house. It is also Sun is also in Kendra. So Sun is nothing but authority, power, or the ability to ability to work as a leader. So then Sun is also in a Kendra. That indicates that he is a capable person. He is a capacity to lead the group. So next, let me see the 5th house. You see, wherever the another principle, that is the very achieved people usually having the strong 5th house, because 5th house is a Trikona, and also it is also indicate the creativity. You see here, the 5th lord is in 5th house itself, moon. Along with that, there is a Mars. Mars got Nichbang Raja Yoga because the moon is there in his own house. So moon made the Nichbang Raja Yoga of Mars. If moon is not present there, means Mars may become too weak. So because of moon presence there, the Mars became very strong. So next you see the 7th lord in the 5th house. Again Mercury is the our knowledge, our brain, our intelligence. That is also in the 5th house. Even the Ketu is also in the 5th house. Ketu denotes electronics, such kind of thing. So he is very capable. His brain is functioning very smartly in the electronic field only. Got it? So next, see Rahu. Rahu is in the 11th house. What is Rahu? Rahu is a driving force. Rahu is a driving force. Rahu is a your reason for your present birth. So in the previous birth, whichever the desire you are not completed, you born to fulfill them. So you are that 11th house. The Rahu denotes in the 11th house. So 11th house is the house of gain, house of fulfillment, house of desire. So everything that is Rahu is there in the 11th house means is greatly is working and is always getting a profitable results. So that is what about Sunder Pichai. Let me check other charts also. Let me check these principles. Okay. So next we shall know regarding Satya Nadella. Do you know who is that Satya Nadella? He is present CEO of Microsoft. It is the second largest company in the world, and for that, being an Indian, both of them are Indians. The Sunder Pichai, I already told you, he is also Indian, and Satya Nadella is also no Indian. So let me check the principles what I told you in the earlier. So let me see now. See, firstly, the ascendant must be placed in Kendra or Trikonas. Here you see which the ascendant. Yes, of course, I will tell you. See that Rishabh or Taurus is the ascendant, and ascendant Lord Venus is in Kendra. See, 4th house, 7th house, 10th house are the first house, so 4th house, 7th house, and 10th house are Kendras, and 1, 5, and 9th houses are Trikonas. Here you see this person's ascendant Lord Venus is there in the 4th house, and here yes, here Sun is also in his own house. You see how fortunate it is that our principle I told you, the ascendant Lord must be well placed. So here that is proof is there. 4th house Lord is there in the 4th house itself, and ascendant Lord also coming there. So that is what the benefit. Next one I told you, that is the 5th house must be strong. Whoever the strong person, that 5th house must be strong. Let me see. The 5th house is this one, that house of Mercury. So for in a 5th house there is no planets present, but the 5th Lord is placed with the Jupiter. You see there Jupiter is exalted there in the in a Cancer Jupiter is exalted. So that Mercury is there with exalted Jupiter is another very important thing one can say. So that is a very strong yoga. So next 10th house. 10th house is the house of career or fortune. Let me see that. Let me check the 10th house. You see from this Taurus ascendant, 10th house nothing but that is the Aquarius. Here is the Aquarius. You see Aquarius. Here also in Aquarius no planets present, but that 11th house Lord, sorry, 10th house Lord sitting in the 11th house. I already told you 11th house is house of fulfillment, house of desire, and also house of gains. So that the 10th Lord is there in the 11th house. It indicates that he is having a greatest fortune in the job. So next you see, these are the basic principles I told you. Let me check the other chart. The next chart, that is Jeff Bezos. Who is this Jeff Bezos? Jeff Bezos is an Amazon founder CEO. So this person, let me check whether in his house, in his natal chart also, that yoga, that principles I told you is maths or not. See ascendant. That Pisces is a ascendant for the this Jeff Bezos. That person, ascendant Lord sitting in the ascendant itself. That Jupiter is sitting there. So first house is both Kendra and Trikona. That is the great yoga. Again I told you, first house is there in the Kendra and also Trikona. That fulfills the first principle. The next principle, let me check 5th house. You see 5th house. 5th house, no planet occupying the 5th house, and 5th Lord. Let me see where that 5th Lord. So here you see 5th Lord in the 10th house. I already told you the 10th house is also Kendra, and that 5th house Lord sitting in the 10th house. That is a great fortune His mind is sharp, his creativity is sharp, and his creativity is used in the job. So that is another important factor. See, in the 10th house, not only the fifth lord is there, and even sun is also there. Sun is a significator of the leadership or leading the team. So that sun is also present there. Even Mercury is also present, being a seventh and fourth lord is sitting in the 10th house. That is also his mind, his brain is very sharp like that. And in the Ketu is also 10th house. Ketu, I already told you, the electronics, where this person is also interested in electronics. And in the electronics, nothing but e-commerce. Is it the electronics? No. So that is how. It's Jeff Bezos was a great personality. So all these fulfill our principles. And one more thing, that is 11th house. So 11th house is also house of gains, house of fortune, house of desire fulfillment. So let me see how strong that 11th house. 11th house, their 11th lord in the 11th house itself. That Saturn is there in the 11th house itself, and Mars is exalted there in the 11th house. So that is also in the 11th house. So that is how is all principles will be applied, and one can decide that this is the one of the millionaire natal chart. Next, let us see another important billionaire, that is Elon Musk. He is the founder secretary of SpaceX and also many other companies. They involve much more that car company or even solar panel. So there are many more projects are there. He is not interested in one field. He is interested in all other fields. I already explained about Elon Musk. Let me check these principles apply here also in the Elon Musk chart. See, ascendant lord. You see which Pisces ascendant lord is in 9th house. You see, 9th house is a trikona, I told you. So that the ascendant lord placing in the Kendra or trikona will give a very good result. So then the Jupiter is in trikona. So that is the wonderful. So next one we have to check the 5th house. You see here, the 5th house is a Ketu is there in the 5th house. Ketu is also where he is interested in electronics. In the in his beginning career, he was coding the programs, and by that Zip2 company that he was started by the that Zip2 company only, by the coding only he became a rich. That is the first base of his. So that is how he is much interested in electronics. And the next the 5th lord in the 6th house. So 5th lord in the 6th house, that indicates that he is always would likes to get the solutions or healing qualities. That is he would likes to get whatever the world is facing, whatever. So he would like to remove all those problems. That is about a 5th house. So next let me check the other principle, that is 10th house. Let me see the ascendant lord. So the 10th house is Jupiter. So Jupiter is in 9th house again. That the 10th house lord, Kendra lord in the trikona will give great results. So that is another factor. And you see the Venus is also in his own house, and even Sun, Mercury, called Buddhaditya Yoga, they will yield, that is in the 4th house, and they are aspecting on the 10th house. So this is how his professional life and his family life, both of them managed very well. So that is how the principle work. And one more thing I have to tell you, that is 11th house. You see 11th house having a Mars is in exalted position and Rahu is in 11th house. You see both of them are very fiery planets, and he is working hard and is getting his efforts are so strong that you may involve in a job which is potential to give profit or results. And I already told you, Rahu is the reason for your present birth, and he was born to get a benefit, to reap a benefits, to get a rich. So that is how this chart is also fulfill all the principles. So that is another important. Next let me check the another important billionaire's chart. First principle, that is ascendant chart must be well placed. You see here this Gemini ascendant, and the ascendant lord, that Mercury is in 4th house and is in his own house, and also Mercury is exalted there. You see, exalted Mercury in his own house. So that is very important factor you have to see. And he is there along with the 11th lord only, Mars. That fulfills the first principle. Next, let us see now the 5th house. So 5th house is what is that? Yes, Libra. Here Libra having a Venus, the house lord is Venus, and you see in the 5th house not only single planet, there are the 3 planets are there. That is Venus, Sun is debilitated there, and debilitation get cancelled because of Venus, the house lord there with him. So the Sun became strong, and even Saturn also exalted there. Saturn exalted, and he is having very good relationship with house lord, that Venus. So that is how the 5th house is very strong. So next principle, that is 10th house. Let me check the 10th house. The 10th house lord is Jupiter, is in the 3rd house. So 3rd house is, even you see second lord Moon is there in the 10th house. So Moon is being a second lord, is the second house is house of wealth, house of what you call values. So he is he is there in the field to grab the wealth, that 10th house. And even 10th lord in the 3rd house, that indicates the communication. So this what you call the founder and CEO of yes, you see, yes, sorry for the interruption. Next, let me see the second principle, 5th house over now. Next, 10th house. Let me see the 10th house mentioned. That is 10th house is I already told you 10th house lord in the 3rd house, that make him a communication field. So Microsoft is a company which is organizing the data and data processing, and in a house, in office, how to data can be represented in a very fabulous manner through the worksheet and slide sheets. And Microsoft Office is all about holding data. So here that data is only used for communication. That is how that Microsoft is become very great. So these are the principles which applied, and all of the principles are worked well in all other charts also. I hope you all understood the phenomena and how accurate that astrology is. So you can apply these principles in your chart also. You can find out how fortunate you are. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you understood, and if you like my video, please like, comment and subscribe. Thank you.